The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to explain Illinois child support law. We've done a lot of deep dive articles and videos at learn-about-law.com about all aspects of Illinois child support law. This is a big thing that we cover. This video and podcast is going to be a high-level overview of the basics of what you need to know. It's a really good starting point. So first, let's talk about the change in child support law that happened on July 1st, 2017. So before July 1st, 2017, child support was calculated entirely based on the income of the obligor, the person paying the child support. There were guidelines that said if the obligor has one child, it's X percentage of their income. If they have two children that they're paying support for, it's a higher percentage, and it increased based on the number of children. But it was entirely based on a percentage of the obligor's income, and it was very cut and dry. On July 1st, 2017, Illinois switched to the income shares model of child support, which takes into account the income of the person receiving child support. And anything before July 1st, 2017 is still any orders that were entered are still based on the old law and don't automatically change based on the new law going into effect. Everything after that date, any orders entered after July 1st, 2017 will be based on the new law. So how does the new law work? Basically, the way this works is there's an economic table that takes into account geography and a bunch of other factors to determine the total amount of child support that the parents should be responsible for the care of their children. And so this is a pool that both parents are jointly responsible for. And then the next phase is, once you determine what that amount is, you divide that up based on the relative income of the parents. So what's different is that the more income you have, the more you will be paying or the less you will be receiving in child support. And it really depends on not only your income but the income of the other party. So it's trying to eliminate a situation where somebody who doesn't have a very good job, isn't making a lot of money, is paying child support to someone who's very wealthy. So that's the basics of how it works, and it works a little bit differently in shared parenting situations. In a shared parenting situation, which is when both parties have the child for at least 146 overnights per year, the total amount that the parties are responsible for, that pool that they divide up between them, is increased by a factor of 50%, and the amount of time each parent spends with the child is also taken into account. So if it's not a shared parenting situation, the amount of time you spend with the child isn't a factor in how things are divided. If it is a shared parenting situation, even though the total pool that the parents have to pay in child support is more, the more time you spend with your child, the less you will have to pay in child support. So that's the basics of how child support works and how shared parenting situations work. And that's how the guidelines are set up. Now, the courts have the discretion to differ from the guidelines if they find that it will be in the best interest of the child. So there's a number of factors that courts will look at to determine what the best interests of the child are, but child support is all about the best interests of the child. So if they think the guidelines as applied would not serve the best interests of the child, the judge can deviate from those guidelines and not follow them and award whatever the judge determines. When you want to have your child support order modified, you can only do this if there's been a substantial change in circumstances. And you can't do this automatically. So just because you lose your job doesn't mean you can stop paying child support. If you've had a substantial change in circumstances in either party's economic situation or the needs of the child, you can file a petition to modify your child support order, and then it will only be modified retroactively to the date the petition was filed. Sometimes it won't be. Sometimes it'll be from the date of the order. But if you have a change in circumstances, that's when you can get your child support modified. A lot of people asked if they could change their child support order based on the new law going into effect on July 1st, 2017. And the answer is that the law alone is not enough to count as a substantial change in circumstances. So you can't go get your order changed just because the law changed. But if you do have an actual substantial change in circumstances, the financial situations of either party or the needs of the child change, then when you go back into court to have your order modified, the new law will be applied even if the original order was under the previous law. So the deal is, if you want it changed, you have to wait for substantial changes in circumstances to have the new law applied. If you don't want the new law applied, if you benefited under the old law and there's a substantial change in circumstances, you may want to talk to your attorney about maybe not having your order updated so that the new law won't be applied. A lot of people ask what happens if one of the parties is voluntarily unemployed or underemployed. So this is a big misconception. A lot of people say, well, under this new law, I'm going to be in real trouble because the other party doesn't have a job, so that'll negatively affect me. Well, if they're not trying to get a job, or if they've got a part-time job for no particular reason when they could have a full-time job, courts will take a look at their potential income in determining what their income is for the purpose of calculating child support. So it's okay if someone's unemployed or underemployed. Courts will look at what their potential income would be if they were employed fully. So we have a lot of deep dives into a lot of different subjects, and we answer really any question you might have about child support at learn-about-law.com. If there's something we haven't answered, please leave a comment in our comment section underneath the article, and we'll try to get you an answer within about 24 hours. If you find this helpful, please subscribe to us on iTunes, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and feel free to give us a call for a free consultation at 630-324-6666. We practice nearly every area of law, and we're here to help. Thanks.
Thanks for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week, and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit makingrealestatefun.com for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation. Thanks for watching.